Blue lights strobe off the pine trees, but the license plates say Community Enforcement, and the badge on the woman's chest is so shiny it still has the Amazon peel film on it. She's shouting at the top of her lungs that my wife is under arrest for cabin code violations, while two men in matching polo shirts unfurl zip ties, like they're party streamers at a birthday party gone wrong. My wife, Elise, stands on the porch of our A-frame cabin with a mug of hot cocoa and the prex expression of someone being mugged by the PTA. I step out of my slippers, and every phone in my pocket starts buzzing at once. Because the moment Officer Shiny Badge says the word arrest, I quietly send a message that wakes half a district of U.S. Marshals. The woman, Loretta Fenn, is reading from a laminated card like she's ordering off a menu, informing my wife of her rights under HOA Statute 4-7B. There is no statute 4-7B. There's barely an HOA charter that makes sense. My name is Nolan Vance. I buy old places that deserve a second season. Patchwood, mind my firewood stack, and enjoy silence thick as wool. The cabin sits at a place called Pine Glass Summit. 3 roads, 1 lake, and an HOA that thinks it's the Vatican. Their president, Loretta Fenn, is the type who photocopies her own name tags and triplicate and brings a gavel to book club meetings. She runs the Pint Glass Preservation Society like a hobby dictatorship, complete with a 3-ring binder. She calls the code and a clipboard that never leaves her minivan. My crimes, according to her endless paperwork: a cedar swing on the porch that she claims violates the natural aesthetic standards, a string of warm white lights under the eaves that apparently constitute unauthorized illumination. And brace yourself for this one: a mailbox shaped like a trout that she's documented in 14 separate complaint forms as decorative non-compliance. I don't attend meetings. I pay my dues on time every quarter with a check that clears before the deadline. I nod politely at deer and wave at neighbors who actually smile back. That should be enough for any reasonable human being. Loretta is not reasonable. She's the kind of person who measures your grass height with a ruler and emails you the photos with red circles drawn in Microsoft Paint. But Loretta escalates faster than a raccoon diving into a bird feeder. First come the courtesy warnings, handwritten in black Sharpie with a gold sticker that says official across the top, like she raided a teacher's supply closet. The first one appears on my door in April. The second one shows up in May, this time with a photo of my cedar swing and a note that says visual disruption of mountain harmony. Then trail camera photos of my driveway posted to the HOA group page with captions like illicit woodpile and possible illegal mugs. The illegal mugs, by the way, are coffee cups Elise left on the porch railing. One Sunday morning, Loretta screenshots them like she's building a federal case. She sends Elise a mandatory appearance notice in June with a $250 hearing fee attached, printed on cardstock with a watermark that says Pine Glass Official Documents. Elise frames it as a joke and hangs it in the bathroom. Finally, a manila envelope arrives in July, stuffed with citations that look like ransom notes, complete with misnumbered bylaws, misspelled statutes, and threats of civil arrest if we fail to comply within 72 hours. One of the citations accuses us of harboring unapproved fauna because we put out birdseed. Another claims our firewood stack exceeds vertical limits as defined by community standards that don't exist. We ignore the cosplay drama. Elise jokes that Loretta probably sleeps in a uniform she ordered online. I tell her not to give the woman ideas. Next thing I know, she rolls up tonight with 2 rental cops in cargo shorts and her own siren, strapped to a golf cart roof, like a Christmas angel that got lost on the way to a parade. They march up our front steps and announce in voices they probably practiced in the mirror that they're taking Elise into custody for refusal to comply with HOA arrest warrant. Elise actually laughs out loud, a real belly laugh that echoes off the trees. Loretta doesn't laugh. Her face goes tight and she repeats herself louder, like volume equals authority. Here's where Loretta trips on the big girl's stairs. She looks Elise dead in the eye and tells her, with complete confidence, that she's under arrest by authority of Pine Glass Summit Constabulary. She actually says the word constabulary like she's practicing for a Renaissance fair or a low-budget cop movie. One of the polo shirt guys, a kid who looks about 22, with a sunburn and a Bluetooth earpiece, reaches for Elise's wrist. I lower my cocoa mug slowly, and in a tone I reserve for moments when my day job leaks into vacation time. I say very clearly, hands off, step back, and identify your agency right now. They shuffle their feet, mutter something about community police services and flash badges that looked like they were born on a laminator at Office Depot. The badges have eagles on them. The eagles are clip art. One of them is upside down. Elise starts filming on her phone, holding it steady with both hands. I say in the same calm voice, "This is impersonation of a peace officer and attempted unlawful restraint." Loretta actually snorts and asks me with dripping sarcasm, "What are you? Some kind of mall ninja with a law degree from the internet?" She says it like she's proud of the line, like she's been workshopping it. No, ma'am. I manage a U.S. Marshals' fugitive task force out of a city 3 hours south that keeps me busier than caffeine ever could. I don't wave it around at barbecues or neighborhood potlucks. I don't put it on my mailbox or my license plate frame. Tonight, it's extremely relevant. I call the county sheriff first, then the state AG's hotline, and then someone who owes me 2 favors and a fishing trip. I also text a single word to a group thread titled Rangers Plus Marshals Pine Glass that exists because the lake draws trouble like it draws mosquitoes in July. The word is theater. It's our code for when something is more performance than threat, but still needs eyes. Within 4 minutes, I get 3 replies. Within 8, I hear sirens that aren't attached to golf carts. The night gets crowded fast. First, a county deputy crests the hill in his patrol car, sees the Amazon badges glinting under the porch light, and visibly fights back a smile. Then, 2 rangers arrive in separate trucks. One wearing a sten so moral it could testify in church, and the other carrying a clipboard that actually means something. A dark SUV drifts in behind them, quiet as a librarian on carpet, and out steps my deputy U.S. Marshal, Ortega, who was already in the county chasing down a parole jumper when I texted. He's in plain clothes, but his badge is real, and his expression says he's seen this movie before. Loretta tries to pivot her strategy and insists with a shaky voice that this is an internal HOA matter protected by community governance laws. The deputy shakes his head slowly like a teacher who just caught a student cheating and says, "No, ma'am,